These are highly polarized times, with data showing that Americans are more divided than ever on the issues. At Action Utah, we believe that it's critical to acknowledge, recognize, and honor Utah leaders who are bringing us together rather than dividing us to seek the best solutions possible to top issues. We're excited to celebrate the first annual Bridge Builder Awards to honor 4 exemplary bridge builders who are making a difference improving our communities. Senator Jake Anderegg has worked extremely hard for the past 2 years on the pressing and challenging issue of housing, working with numerous stakeholders as a legislator and co-chair of the Utah Commission on Housing Affordability to pass important legislation that incentivizes and funds more affordable housing development across the state.
We've had to actually bring some of my colleagues along. We've had to really help them understand that an ounce of prevention is worth 10 pounds of intervention, especially on things like rental assistance, which admittedly, as a conservative Republican, what we're suggesting, that's probably one of the largest entitlements the state's ever looked at. So, but the question is, if we can provide, $150 to $200 a month for a family versus $80 per bed, per person, per night. Moving those bridges is sometimes difficult because there just is this disconnect. There's this disconnect between understanding what we do on prevention versus the value we save from intervention is dramatic, and I can make that conservative argument all day long.
Representative Repatrice Enright has had a remarkable career as a Utah state legislator for 20 years, creating groundbreaking legislation around top issues. She's probably one of the hardest working legislators we've worked with, and much of her success is due to her tireless efforts to work across the aisle and with organizations and agencies to invite collaboration in policymaking.
To pass effective legislation, you have to be willing to listen to people who don't necessarily agree with you, because you can often learn so many things from them. I always look for issues that unite people, because there are so many different issues that are going to divide us, that we need to look at what we can do to work together. I am so grateful to be honored by an organization that I respect so much, that is so effective in getting things done and knows how to build bridges to pass effective public policy.
Marissa Hen has been a gift to the state of Utah and to suicide prevention efforts happening at the highest levels by practicing an inclusive approach. She deeply understands the connections between suicide and gun ownership in Utah and has worked hard to build rapport and relationships with gun owners to find solutions together.
Here in Utah, access to firearms is a major driver of our state's high suicide rate. And so one of the approaches we've taken has been finding common ground between health professionals and gun owners on this issue. And instead of framing things as they sometimes are, as either or, we try to take more of that both and approach to saying, okay, our common denominator here is that we all want our loved ones to be safe. This award means a lot to me, whether we're talking about COVID-19 or climate change or suicide. I think these urgent and complex problems really can only be solved if we can convene across oceans of difference.
Piper Christian is a rare community advocate who started early in high school and started big by traveling to the UN Paris Climate Conference, giving a TEDx talk, and passing the first climate resolution ever in a red state. But she's done all this by practicing careful, non-threatening climate conversations and learning how to message sincerely to folks on both sides of the aisle.
I think that bridge building is critical for climate action because climate change is a problem that's so ubiquitous in nature, so far-reaching, that to solve something of this scale, I think we need every actor, every party engaged, regardless of background, political affiliation, race, etc. And so finding ways to really meet people where they're at and bring them into this movement is really critical. I think that this award is really meaningful to me because had other people not built bridges and reached out to me as a young person who was just coming into an interest in climate activism, I don't think I wouldn't be where I am today. And so for me, I want to be able to reach out to other people who may not traditionally be engaged in the climate movement and show them the possibilities and the community and the sense of efficacy that comes from participating in this. This recognition means so much to me for acknowledging the work that I've tried to do and done thus far.